One.
Hello, guys. It's January 18th, 2021. We're here on Martin Luther King Day. Me and the Juice. What's up, Juice?
What's going on, man?
We are the Pivot. We are brought to you by Vast Bank. We're executively produced by Toby Biocchini, and I'm live from Crybaby Hill Studio. Julio is in North Dallas, breaking it down in the lab. We're both coming off having hot lineups last night that won some money. Juice turned $9 into 300. I won my heads up, which I've just been doing a bunch of heads up lately. Trying to turn into a kind of a heads up specialist, you would say. Anyway, we got a 4-game slate here on Martin Luther King's birthday. We've had some early games. We're here to help you to break down the 4-game slate. There's a lot of interesting games in honor of the holiday today. Some games that I think they expected to be even better that are now turning out to be pretty decent games. But what do you think? We're going to go game by game, right, Juice?
Yeah, man. Happy Martin Luther King Day. It's I've been playing sort of all day, which has been kind of cool.
Nice.
Played the early slate, and luckily I got the news the Detroit game got moved back. So had a couple players in those lineups and just pivoted away to some of the Timberwolves and Hawks game and Spurs and Blazers. I like that. I like those games anyway, so it wasn't really hard swap for me.
Last night at like 6:28, I got on there and realized the Oklahoma City game was canceled and just cleared out the line and just went with the best that I could remember you had said the day before. Still put together 300-point lineup. Well, let's jump in here. You have any hindsight for yesterday that we need to discuss in particular?
No, man. I mean,
You've got control of the Twitter now, so we'll have hot lineups every day on Twitter.
I mean, we were really. It was really cool last night because I'm in a group of other DFS players, and one of my buddies out of New York, out of Brooklyn, I'm gonna give him a shout out, Bay Ridge Bookie. He and I were like in the top 5 in like all the contests, and I was like, I was kind of rooting for him, and I'm sure he was rooting for me.
Bay Ridge Bookie.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool that we were just literally like in the top 3 the whole night. And it was fun, man. It was a fun night. Wish they had Bryden Sumner at the very end. He probably would have taken everything down. But I think he turned like $160 into like $7K.
Woo!
So yeah, man, he
we need to get Juice on that level. We want Juice on those levels.
I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, it was a fun night. The Oklahoma City game just kind of threw everything up in the air, and so a lot of scrambling. But I'm glad we kind of walked through the slate, and we had a lot of good plays.
Yeah, we were on it. Yeah. Okay, let's start off. Milwaukee at Brooklyn tips off at 6:30 tonight. What's the total points on that one?
Man, this is a 240 over and under. The Nets are getting 3.5. So it's basically Giannis and his Bucks versus Harden and Durant and a Kyrie-less Nets. Kyrie is out, so
Dinwiddie's out. Kyrie's out.
Yeah,
but you can still put Kyrie at 9,100 if you just want to play him, just because it's Kyrie, right?
Yeah, if you want to pay the rake, by all means, go ahead and play Kyrie.
I'm sure he's killing it wherever he is tonight.
Yeah, but if you want to actually score some points, I would recommend not playing Kyrie Irving.
Looking at just real quick injury, both we talked real quick. No, I see no injuries on the Milwaukee side whatsoever.
Yeah, they're fairly healthy.
Looks like it's just Dinwiddie who's been out, Claxton who's been out, and Irving who's been out. So other than that, I think they'll be firing everybody and giving everybody big minutes in this game, right?
I mean, it's the biggest game of the night, in my opinion, and I think all the stars are going to want to show out. So it's high point total. I mean, these are the games we dream about. The only problem is all the guys we really like are really priced up as they should be, and there's a lot of high price guys on the slate tonight. I mean, I'm looking at it like you got Luka, you got Harden, you got Giannis, you got Durant, you got Curry, you got LeBron, you got Levine, you got AD, you got a priced up Christian Wood. I mean, there's no shortage of stars tonight. So that's going to sort of be the theme: is which stars do you want to play? Do you want to go balanced build? I mean, there's a lot of different routes you can go tonight.
I don't know if I can wait for the pod to unveil itself. I just want to hear you say, I mean, are we playing stars and scrubs? Are we balance build? I think you have to tonight, right?
I mean,
Somebody's going to score 70, 80 points fantasy wise tonight, right?
you would think, you would think between Luka and Jan, I mean, all these guys, people are going to go off. So I think
even the Lakers are in an optimal smash spot if they both play.
Well, we'll talk about it. I mean, there's a lot of different routes you can go. No. I mean,
I'm jumping forward. I'm just excited. Okay, back to Milwaukee, Brooklyn. Everybody's expensive. You could play. There's 4 or 5 really stud plays here, but they're all pretty pricey. Yeah. What are you looking at here?
Let's start with the Milwaukee side. So Giannis is 10.4K. Think that if this were last year and it was this game, I would be all over Giannis. I don't know. This year he's not like as much of a focal point of the offense, I guess. I don't know if that's just they're just not, they don't need him yet or whatever, but it just doesn't seem like he's looking to score as much or whatever. I think the addition of Drew Holiday has really eased the burden offensively. I mean, between Giannis and Middleton and Drew, they've got 3 legitimate guys that can take over ball games. So I just think Giannis doesn't need to take games over as much as years past, because as good of a player as Bledsoe was for the Bucks last year, I think Drew Holiday is an infinitely better player. So I just think offensively he brings more to the table. He's good defensively as well. So
Middleton's not scared this year to get in there too either.
No, Middleton's had some great games too. So I don't mind Middleton at all. The problem is he'll probably be matched up, I guess, with KD. I mean,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I don't like playing guys against KD. I think he's very underrated defensively. He's long, he can block shots, he can get in passing lanes, he's disruptive. I mean, I guess thinking about it, they might put, I guess, Giannis on KD or KD on Giannis, vice versa. I just don't know who Brooklyn. That's going to be an interesting decision, I guess, is who guards who, because I think Milwaukee's got an advantage between Giannis and Middleton, because I think whoever's off of Durant is going to have a good offensive game, but they could switch it up. So I'm rambling on about this, but I guess I like Giannis. Here's the thing. If I'm going to play Giannis, I'm assuming this game is going to stay close. So I will probably just almost out of obligation run it back with either Kevin Durant or James Harden. I watched Harden's debut. I think it was Saturday. Man, he looked like vintage James Harden. I mean, a little bit larger than we're used to, but man, he was just doing everything. He had a 30-point triple-double. Kevin Durant, I mean, I think he can get a shot whenever he wants anyway. But when Harden's out there, I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm excited to watch this duo. I almost think they need to look to deal Kyrie. I just don't think they're going to need Kyrie.
I bet they agree with you, but I bet that's
there's one ball. They can't have 3 dominant ball guys, and I think keep all those mouths fed.
Let me do a little impersonation for you. Hey, this is the Nets general manager. We'd like to trade you Kyrie. Hey, this is the Nets manager. We'd like to trade you Kyrie.
I mean,
this is the Nets manager. We want to trade you Kyrie.
I hope they get rid of him. You just, here's what I would do if I was a general manager.
Like, you've seen Draft Day with Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah.
This is like the Seattle guy waking up in the morning saying, "Who's the stupidest guy we know? Get him on the phone." Who wants Kyrie? Kyrie takes breaks in the season for personal reasons, while being paid. Who does that? Like,
here's what I would do. I would tell Kyrie, if I were the general manager, listen, Kyrie, we know that you believe that the earth is flat. why don't you go on a sabbatical and go find out where the edge of the world is, and when you find it, you can come back and we'll put you in the starting lineup.
I thought he was working on a thesis to prove that dinosaurs never existed. Is he?
I mean, that's another option that they got on the table. So there's a lot of different ways they can play it. But let's get back to the game.
We can think all day on Kyrie. I got all kinds of Kyrie jokes. He's on an ancient aliens marathon, and nobody gets up from an ancient aliens marathon, right? I mean, nobody does that, right? Like, I mean, you just call in and say, I'm on an ancient aliens marathon. Anyway, back to the games. So if we like Harden and if we like the Greek Freak, we got to like some value. Do we see value in the Milwaukee-Brooklyn game anywhere?
So Brook Lopez is a decent price salary at 5.6K at center. He's not dirt cheap, but I don't mind that price tag. I think the one position on the slate that you could make an argument is not like just top loaded with just unbelievable plays would be center. I mean, Giannis is 10.4, and interestingly enough, they have Durant as center eligible too, and AD.
Do?
Yeah,
that's
so
new.
That's
new. Yeah,
that's new. So that's interesting. But if you want to go value, Brook Lopez is certainly someone we can look at. So he's potentially a salary saver if you want to get
have you
more
ever
parts
seen
of this game.
Has there ever been a 3-position DK player?
Well, they're 2 positions. They're power forward, center eligible.
Oh, I thought Durant, they have him listed as small forward too.
I just see Durant as power forward, center eligible.
Okay, they have him on the depth chart as small forward.
Okay, also. Yeah, maybe they have him on the depth chart, but no, he's on DK for rostering purposes, power forward, center eligible. So okay. I guess you could say Brook Lopez, Dante DiVincenzo at 5.4K. He's like 4.4K on FanDuel. I'm going to be playing a lot of Dante on FanDuel tonight. So he's somebody. I don't know, DraftKings, the 5.4. I don't love it, but he's someone you can look at. Drew Holiday is interesting as well. I think he's going to be somewhat of a matchup problem for Brooklyn. Because I guess Bruce Brown will probably draw the start. He's a competent defensive player, but I don't mind that price tag. He's very fairly priced. On the Brooklyn side, if you want to go value, probably one of my favorite value plays of the day would be DeAndre Jordan at center at 4.8K.
I was going to ask you about him. That seemed like pretty cheap Jordan if he's really getting the start.
Yeah, I mean he's dirt cheap. A guy that I've been watching lately that's getting a little bit more run, who's been interesting, is Reggie Perry at 3.2K. If you just absolutely want to punt the spot, I don't mind it. I mean, if you think maybe this game blows out for whatever reason,
I think
Reggie Perry he could win you a tournament. But I do tend to agree with you. I think this is going to be a close game. So I would say obviously Giannis, Harden, Durant are my 3 favorite plays. If I were to rank them in order, I would probably say Harden, Durant, and then Giannis.
Oh, wow. See,
yeah.
But would you play Harden and Durant before you played like Harden and running it back with Giannis?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to play a whole heck of a lot of Giannis tonight. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling. There's so many other plays I think I'd rather play. And just the fact that I think that Giannis, he's got those 2 other pieces on his, with him on the same team. I don't think there's enough for him to go around. I could be wrong, and I might, this is the first game on the slate, so I might be shutting the laptop down early if Giannis, explodes. But I think I'd rather play Luka at 11K versus Giannis at 10.4. That's just where I'm at.
You like Luka or Durant better?
I think Luka is my favorite spend up on the slate tonight.
Okay, well, let's move on to that game. Dallas is at Toronto. It's a 6:30 Central Time tip-off also. On the Toronto side, I'm not seeing any injuries of concern. The people that have been out are out, but the guys that have been playing are playing. Dallas, the only injury I see of concern maybe is Richardson at shooting guard is out. Finley Smith is out. Hardaway is questionable.
Porzingis is questionable.
Porzingis does not have a questionable tag on DK right now.
Oh, did they take the injury designation off of them?
Yeah, Kleber is out. Kleber's
Okay.
out and Powell is out. But no, right now it looks like Porzingis is all systems go.
Okay. All right, man. Well, that actually I think makes me like Luka even more.
Okay.
So, and I'll tell you why, because going into this, I thought there was a good probability that Kristaps was going to sit, because they had mentioned that they might be sitting him on back-to-backs once he came back from his injury. But it looks like all systems are going to be go tonight. I kind of like, the only hesitation I had with Luka was if it was just him, they could really run a lot of defensive sets designed to stop him. But I think Kristaps being on the court, they can't do that as much now. So I think that frees them up a little bit more to get some more assists, maybe get a couple more rebounds, some steals, blocks, just kind of do his thing a little bit more and not be so focused on doing it all. So I think that actually helps him out even a little bit more. So I really do like Luka at 11K. Porzingis at 8.2K. Man, I would say normally yes, but I think Siakam is going to guard him, and Siakam is no joke at power forward. So they might even throw a little Chris Boucher at him, who's really long. So I don't know. I mean, I love Porzingis, just I don't love him in this matchup. Looking down, a guy that we could actually save some salary with is Wes Iwundu at 3.3K for Dallas. He's been getting a lot of minutes. And I mean, 3.3K, maybe he stumbles into 20 DraftKings points, and that's all we need. And he unlocks one of these higher price guys for us.
Yeah, we really need some spin down from what I'm creating right now. So that was some relief. What about on the Toronto side? You see any value on the Toronto side or not?
It seems like every slate we've talked about, Toronto's been on it. And I mean, I just continue to say the same thing. I like all their players. I just never know which one's going to go off. Right.
Yeah. They have so many different kind of ways of beating you or attacking. Yeah. Even, I mean, they use OJ and Adabi sometimes as a go-to scorer.
He's been more offensive minded this year, which has been kind of a pleasant surprise. So that even muddies it up a little bit more, really, because before he was kind of the defensive guy. Now he's actually an offensive weapon. So that gives you 5 legitimate guys that can score for them. If you want to throw Norman Powell in, that's 6. So, I probably am going to stay away from a lot of these guys. You could throw a ringer. I mean, I guess if I were to rank the guys, Chris Boucher would be my favorite at 7.1. He's power forward, center eligible. And then I guess I could go Kyle Lowry at 7.7K. Don't mind him. So if you're looking for balance builds, like these might be 2 guys that fit that bill for you.
You don't like OJ tonight?
OG,
sorry.
He's been in the 5s the last week or 2, and they bumped him up to 6. So I typically like to go away from guys when they get big salary increases, and I like to play guys when their salaries are low. And he's kind of falling into that trap for me tonight. So I probably won't have much OG and Anunoby, but I wouldn't fault you if you played him at all.
Okay. Well, let's see what other value you open up here. The next game on the slate starts at 7:00 Central Time. That's Houston at Chicago. I'm guessing that's a pretty decent number, right?
That game is 226. The Bulls are getting 2.5 points. Let me start off by saying this. I think I was really high on Zach LaVine yesterday. I forgot that in the Oklahoma City game, towards the end of the game, he came down pretty awkwardly on his ankle. I don't know if that was really widely reported, but it definitely bothered him at the end of the game. And I wonder if that had something to do with his performance yesterday. So I just want to throw it out there. That was kind of sort of lazy on my part. I wish I'd remembered that, because I probably wouldn't have been as high on Zach as I was yesterday going into the slate. But
just real quick, injury side, Chicago, Satoransky's out, Temple's questionable, Williams is questionable, Porter Jr. out, Hutchinson out. That's about it. Houston side, I'm seeing Wall's out, Exum is out, Clemens is out.
What are they saying about Eric Gordon?
House Jr. is out. Eric Gordon is not wearing a tag right now.
Okay.
Brown is questionable. Exum is
Exum,
out.
Yeah.
Exum, sorry, I mentioned him. House Jr. is out. Oh,
Okay.
so same guys that have been kind of out for Houston, right? They're playing with the same crew that they've been playing with.
Well, they are, but they got one new shiny toy in Victor Oladipo in that trade. So he's going to be making his season debut tonight. He's 7.5K. I think that's the most expensive he's been, even when he was with the Pacers this year.
I was going to say that's an expensive season debut, right?
I mean, that kind of jumped off of the page at me when I saw that. There was let me look at something. Yeah, he wasn't on the slate earlier, but I guess he is now. They added him on. I don't want to pay 7.5 for Victor Oladipo. I kind of want to wait and see. So I think really the only guys I would consider on the on the Houston side would be Christian Wood at 8.9K. That's pricey, man. But
that's a pay up. I mean, that's almost. I mean, we're getting into star.
We're getting into the elite category for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know what big man is going to. Chicago plays no defense. I mean, he could rack up a double-double by halftime, easy. So I don't mind Christian Wood at 8.9K. Eric Gordon is interesting at 5.2K.
Just from the builds I'm making, he's so hard to fit in with unless you want to fade Harden or Durant. Like you said, I think he's more of Christian Wood is if you're going middle of the road. I think
he's middle of the road. He's also fairly. I think is going to be a very contrarian play.
I like it. I mean, we could build our whole lineup around him, and I'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to fly a little bit under the radar because you said it perfectly. I mean, he's priced up. He's almost in that elite status of player, but I don't think anyone views Christian Wood as like a Giannis or Anthony Davis or LeBron James, right? So I think people are going to look at him.
He's definitely had Anthony Davis games this season. So
yeah, he has. So he's someone you could definitely look at to be a little contrarian. Eric Gordon at 5.2K, I think he could smash that price tag if his shot's falling. So
that's cheap Eric Gordon.
It is cheap Eric Gordon. Yeah, and again, Chicago, they just cannot defend anybody.
What about on the Chicago side? You see anything?
Zach LaVine is 9.5K. I'm not going to pay it tonight.
Not a LaVine night.
No, not a LaVine night. Kobe White is priced up also at 7.6K.
I mean, Kobe White used to be the guy I always played to get a little savings on a guy that I thought had a high ceiling. I mean, 7.6 doesn't give me a whole lot of. I mean, he's got to score 50. I mean, or not 50, but like 42.
He's got to score about 45 points for him to hit value. Yeah,
that's bullshit. I don't want Kobe White. Okay,
actually, it's about 38. I'm sorry, I just did the math in my head. So 38 points. He could definitely do it, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of with you. I don't think I'm going there.
He could score 50, but he could also score 8. That's the problem with White.
That is the problem with White. You hit it on the head. Lauri Markkanen came back and he had a really nice game. I think it was yesterday.
Now, see, that's somebody 6.7. I could get into Markkanen. Anyway, we'll see what you suggest when we go to the build. Let's move on.
Yeah, just real quick. Yesterday, or the 17th, he had 47.5 DraftKings points.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, well, he had a little bit of an explosion the other game.
He's paying that price tag easily then.
And with Otto Porter being ruled out, he's definitely someone that we should consider tonight.
All the big men are kind of. We've got P. Williams is questionable, Hutchinson out. There's a lot of injury in that front.
I mean, Lauri Markkanen is definitely someone that's going to be in my player pool. So I think we could probably move on to the hammer.
Is that a noise at your house, or was it?
Yeah, that's sorry, the dryer just went off.
Okay. Golden State at LA, tipping off at 9:00. What we like to call the late night hammer. Injuries on the Lakers front are the usual questionable tag for James and Anthony Davis, which we can easily say fuck off. Caldwell Pope and Matthews are both questionable. And that's it. Dudley's out. I think he's been out. Yeah, that's about it. I expect everybody to play. Golden State, Klay Thompson, of course, is out, but other than that, they're ready to roll. They're full allotment of players, basically. So what do you Golden State, LA, that's got to be pretty. What's the total on that game?
226.
Okay. And LA's favored by 10.5 or something. What's
Right.
this?
8.5. So 226.5. LA's favored by 8.5. I got to tell you, Matt, there's a lot of players in this game I like. This is one of those deals where if this game stays close and you stack it up, I think you could take down a tournament tonight. I really, really do. And I'll explain to you why. So looking at Golden State, Steph Curry. So if Golden State were to keep this game close, would you think that Steph Curry would have an explosion game or would have a bad game?
Definitely explosion game.
Okay, so we're on the same page there. So Steph Curry is 9.8K. We mentioned a bunch of other dudes that are from 11 to 10,000. I think he's got as high of a ceiling as any of those dudes. One thing the Lakers don't really have, I guess, is good guard defense, so to speak. So if there's one chink in their armor defensively, it's at the guard position. And I think Steph Curry is going to be chucking tonight. He's going to have to. And if his shot's falling, he's going to score a ton of points. And this game could potentially stay very close. And I really like me some Steph Curry tonight. He's one of my favorite spend up options.
Well, we got Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins has he's quietly been having a very good season. He's 6.6K. They're talking about him in Golden State in the media that he's kind of taken a second step, if you will, in his career. He's really getting active defensively. He's a Kansas guy. I always felt that where Wiggins was, where I felt he could be the best, was on the defensive side of the ball because he's so freakish athletic. And in Minnesota, he just chose not to play defense because they don't play defense in Minnesota. And I think with the culture in Golden State, he's finding his defensive rhythm, and that's leading to better peripheral stats. So I like Andrew Wiggins, but I'm probably not going to play him tonight. Kelly Oubre Jr., another Jayhawk.
Another cheap.
5.4K. Yeah, he's. I think he's fairly priced. I don't say it's cheap, but I'll tell you, I think my two favorite plays, maybe in this game and on the slate, are Draymond Green at 5.2K, and maybe my favorite play on the slate is James Wiseman at 4.6K.
I love me some James Wiseman.
He's really, really cheap, man, and if he can stay out of foul trouble, I think they're going to need him and Draymond for Anthony Davis. So I think those are two fairly good salary saving guys that you can plug into your lineups. And like I said, man, if Golden State can keep this game close, I think between Curry, Draymond, and Wiseman, they're going to need to have good games. And you could play theoretically all three of those guys.
Are you thinking about playing all? Well, we'll go through the Lakers, and then you can tell me whether you're playing all three of those guys or not.
Yeah. So let's go through the Lakers on the other side of the ball. So
I just cleared out what I had built, so I've got a feeling.
We could talk about it. I think there's a lot of different ways we can go. So LeBron James is 9.7K, fair price tag. It's a nationally televised game, Martin Luther King Day. You got a little narrative going. LeBron is one of those politically active players. So maybe he, wants to come out and send a message. And on Martin Luther King Day, I wouldn't put it past him. Maybe a little extra incentive. Anthony Davis, he's one of those guys that any slate he's on, he could be the top scoring player on the slate, and you wouldn't think twice about it. He's 9.3K. Don't mind that at all. I think that's a fair price on him. Schroeder at 6,400. I think I'll pass at that salary. Montrezl Harrell at 5.7K. Don't mind that play. I think there's some upside there. Don't like Kuzma, don't like Gasol, never like playing Caldwell Pope. So I think it's mainly LeBron, AD, maybe some Montrezl Harrell.
I like it. I like it. Okay, let's build a lineup. Then we can try to make me some money.
Okay.
Let's start off. Who you? I'm kind of excited to hear your lineup build after you, because I thought you were going in one direction. Now I feel like we're kind of maybe going another direction. Who is your point guard for tonight? January 18th, 2021. Starting in the point guard position will be.
Man, so many guys I like. So many guys I like. Let's plug in Luka.
Ooh. Line Star likes Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Just mentioning that. Okay, Luka at point guard. Shooting guard.
You can listen to the Line Star show after this about
that.
Let's see. Shooting guard. I'm going to go a little. We're going to try and save a little bit of money here. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at everything here. I don't mind Bruce Brown at 4,300, but I think we're going to spend up just a little bit. We're going to go Eric Gordon at 5,200.
I like it. He has a big ceiling if he's hot.
He does.
Shoot small forward.
Here's where we're going to try and save a little bit of money. We're going to plug in Wes Iwundu at 3,300. We need some savings somewhere.
How do you spell that last name?
Iwundu.
Got it. Okay, power forward.
Okay, power forward. Here's where we're going to start going to that Golden State game, Matt. We're going to plug in your boy and my boy Draymond Green at 5,200.
I like Draymond Green. He was at that Kansas-Michigan State game.
I'm glad you. I was going to say, do you remember that he was at the game when you and I were in seats 1 and 4?
Yes, I do remember. Okay, center Wiseman, right?
We're going to go Wiseman. Yeah, that price tag is just too good to. We'll plug in Wiseman. We could always go DeAndre Jordan as well. So let's kind of see where we're at. But that's someone who's just $200 more. So I kind of like both those guys.
Okay, guard. We got 6,900 left each player.
We're gonna plug in Steph.
Curry. So yes, we played all three Golden State guys. I like it. Forward.
See, normally this is where I feel like you almost have to put in a LeBron or an Anthony Davis, but we just can't. I mean, we just can't do it tonight.
There's so much.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many good players on this slate, so we're gonna have to take a stand somewhere. And it's 4 games, so I think you can kind of do whatever you really want to do, if that makes sense. There's no real rules. It's not like 10 games or whatever.
So I'm guessing we're going to play a pay down forward so that we can have a utility of our choice here, right?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the pay down options, and there's not really anything that's just screaming, jumping off the page.
So what are we going with?
Let's go straight to the utility, see if there's any more value that we can find.
Okay. Utility. How about we try DeAndre Jordan there?
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go at the forward spot. We're going to dumpster dive a little bit. I mentioned him earlier. We're going to put in Reggie Perry, 3,200. I don't think there's a way that he doesn't get us 16 to 18 minutes tonight. I mean, DeAndre Jordan's not going to play 48 minutes at center. So I think if he can get us 18 minutes, maybe 18 or 20 points, I think we can live with that.
So that leaves Kyle Lowry?
It does leave Kyle Lowry. That's interesting.
Or Colby White.
Or we could run it back.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. Boucher is at 7,100.
Who do you like the best?
Let's go Kyle Lowry because we got Luka. He's kind of our headliner, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good one. So we got Doncic, Gordon, Wanda, Green. Owandu, Green, Wiseman, Curry, Perry, Lowry.
Yeah, I like it, man.
It's a good lineup, solid. Okay, let me get to my spot here, and then we'll try to make everybody some money. We'll just focus on these 4 games, if there are other games on the slate, not to confuse people. Okay. This is called Make Matt Some Money. Let's start off with, we're going to skip the Pistons Heat game because that's not our slate. Neither it's the Sun Grizzly. Do you have any strong feelings on players in those games that we should talk about?
I'll be interested to watch Chris Paul versus John Morant. Just one-on-one matchup.
Chris Paul 16.5.
What's Jaw's prop?
Jaw's prop is not on here.
Oh, interesting.
We got Giannis at 14. Jonas Valanciunas at 14. We got Dylan Brooks at 16.5. And that's it.
Nah, I'll probably fade any one of those. I don't have a strong read any one of them.
Okay, here's the games that we did. Luka, 29.5.
I mean, he's been in the 30s the last couple nights, right? So let's go the over. He's got to produce for us tonight, man.
And so if you like it, say like, and I'll bet the over. If you say fade, I'll fade. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And if you really like the under on something, let me know. But otherwise, we're going to go like and fade. Van Fleet, 19.5.
Fade.
Siakam, 19.5.
Fade.
Kyle Lowry, 18.5.
Like.
Me too. Giannis, 29.5.
Oof. Oh, man. That number just gives me like chills.
Well, let me give you all those numbers. 29.5, 11.5, 5.5.
Wow.
You like any of that?
I'm assuming the 11.5 is rebounds.
Correct.
I'm just gonna fade it, man. I don't have a strong take on any of.
You don't have a strong. Let's fade it. We only want your best stuff.
Yeah.
Middleton comes in at 22.5, 6.5, 4.5.
I like the Middleton points over.
Okay. Drew Holiday, 16.5, 4.5, 4.5.
I like the over on Drew points.
Rockets Bulls, Christian Wood, 23.5. I hate that they don't have his rebounds.
Yeah, I like that over, man. I think he's gonna smash.
Yeah. I'm almost sad we're not playing.
Me too. Me too.
Zach LaVine, 26.5.
I'm going to go under.
Ooh, our first under fire. Marketing, 16.5.
I like the over.
And Colby White, 17.5.
Fade.
Okay. Late night hammer. Golden State Curry is 28.5, 5.5, 5.5.
Over on the points.
On everything. I was like, on everything?
Maybe. I mean, I have a feeling Golden State's going to keep this game close, and if they do, Curry is going to have to erupt. But let's just do the points. Let's do the points.
No, we're doing it all.
Okay.
In 4.5 3-pointers, I'm going to fade that. Wiggins is 18.5, 4.5, So 18.5 points, 4.5 rebounds.
I will say fade.
Okay. LeBron James, 25.5, 8.5, 8.5.
Man, they're just basically almost saying he's going to get a triple double, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to. Yeah, I'll fade. I'll fade.
Okay. Anthony Davis, 24.5, 9.5.
Let's do the over on the rebounds.
Okay. Oh, hold on. That's reached. Let me get back there. And the last one is Schroeder at 16.5, I believe.
I don't have a strong opinion either way.
Okay. Well, let's hope that let me finish this off real quick. Let me get this last Anthony Davis bet in. Betting real money on this. We're not fucking around here.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
there's some really good basketball games tonight, man. Really good basketball games. And if anyone's a college basketball fan, my Kansas Jayhawks are playing the Baylor Bears tonight. So
that's a good game.
That's a really good game.
Anything that you like on that game that we should know about?
Man, I'm a homer, but I feel like Kansas is going to get blown out tonight. I'm kind of down on our squad this year. We just really struggle scoring the basketball.
And I think this Baylor team's really good.
I think they're really good. They had a really close game this weekend. I think it was Texas Tech and Baylor. They pulled it out. I'd love for my Jayhawks to win, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it'll be a good game, hopefully. But
What's on the
just
NBA
great basketball night.
What's on the NBA slate tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I think it's just 2 games.
Oh wow! So, quick pod.
We could probably do just like a real quick pod tomorrow. But Pelicans, Jazz, and then Thunder Nuggets. Let's hope that Thunder Nuggets game plays because I know they've been involved in some PPDs lately.
Chance there might be no games tomorrow night, huh?
Man, I mean, and the thing is, I got a bunch of tickets on FanDuel for tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, good luck. Good luck on our bets. Good luck on our lineup, and you'll be tweeting out the adjusted lineup about 5:45.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more research, dive in a little bit deeper, see like what sort of late news pops up, and then we'll tweet out the final lineup. But yeah, man, we've been on it like the last couple of days. We really have. Yesterday was a good night, but I think our plays have been good. I mean, they've been really good.
Guys, go subscribe. If you leave a comment, I've got some t-shirts. We're limited on sizes that we have. I've only ordered a limited number. Probably never make these t-shirts again. So it's a limited edition pivot. I snort all the chalk t-shirt.
Collector's items.
These will be collector's items at some point. So
did you notice I changed my name?
I did see Dud Juice down there. Yes, that's excellent.
All right. Nice.
Okay, well, let's hope the Juice and MLL NBA DK legend Matt Lyons, we could put together a good lineup tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for putting this up.
Rock chalk.